I'm trying out the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation, and I am super excited to be trying out this foundation. I actually became pretty much obsessed with watching reviews on it last Christmas when I watched Casey Holmes do a video on it. It was a First Impressions Friday, and I literally looked at it and I was like, I really want to try this out. And I've been searching for about a year to actually be able to try and find this over here in the UK, because over in the US it is actually exclusive to Sephora, and over here in the UK we don't have Sephora, but you can get it shipped over, but it's very expensive in the taxing and the shipping. So I decided to try and find somewhere in the UK that do it without having a horrendous price tag on it. So I managed to find this from this store called Rose's Beauty Store, and basically what they do is they have an office in LA, and then they also have an office in London, and they ship over the products that people want from the US over to their UK one, and they sell them at UK prices. Now I think I paid roughly £30 for this, because like I said, you can't get it anywhere else in the UK. I'm not quite sure how much it did cost me, but I did have a 10% off code, and I'll link it down below in the info box just so you can see where I got it from. So the shade that I purchased is in the colour Light 44, and this is pretty much the lightest shade that they have with a beige undertone. I did read some reviews and watch some reviews, and they were saying that the ones with the pink undertones were really pink and pretty much too pink for any skin tone, and they said that the ones with the beige undertone are a little bit more warm than you normally would have. And I decided to choose Light 44 because I thought I am definitely not going to be the lightest colour, because I know for a fact that when I have Rimmel light ones, if I have the light porcelain, it's way too light for my skin and I don't want to look like a ghost. So that is why I have tried Light 44, and I'm really hoping that I managed to get the shade for me. And as you can see, this is what it looks like in the bottle, and it does look a little bit darker than my skin, but it might work. I'm really hoping that it will work. So in this bottle you get 30 millilitres, which is 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty much the normal for any foundation, even high-end foundations. And because this retails for $34, I believe, this is a high-end foundation. And there are about 19 or 20 shades in this range, so you can pretty much find any shade for any skin tone. And it says on the website, a high pigment foundation for full coverage with a long-lasting beautiful finish. Kat created this foundation to provide exceptional coverage without compromising a smooth striking finish, formulated with 21% pigment. So I'm guessing that this is going to be a very thick and long-lasting foundation. On the box it says it's full coverage, 24-hour wear, transfer resistant, matte finish, fragrance free, oil free, and for all skin types. Now if you guys want to know what my skin type is, I have normal to dry skin in the winter, and I also have sensitive and acne prone skin as well. So my skin pretty much is going to be the ideal skin to use this foundation for. And also, if you want to know what colour I am in MAC, I don't use MAC foundations because I've heard that they break people out like crazy, but I do use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and in that I am NW15, so I do have a warmer tone for that. Now because I have dry to normal skin and this is a very thick coverage foundation, I have put on a primer and a moisturiser, and the moisturiser I have put on is the Garnier Moisture Match in the dry to very dry skin one, and this is pretty much just going to prevent me from going cakey. And then I'm also using for a primer the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil Free Primer, and this is because I need to use an oil free primer to pretty much make sure that my skin doesn't break out with any products. And to apply this on my face, I'm using the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, and I've dampened this down so all of the product doesn't sink into it. So I'm going to take off the little top bit, and I'm going to put one pump on my hand, because I have seen so many reviews and people have been saying that you only pretty much need one pump for all of your face. And as you can see, I do have really problematic skin. I have a lot of redness all over my skin, especially underneath my nose. I have a lot of blemishes at the moment because I have been breaking out like crazy. So hopefully this is going to do an amazing job. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit like that on my sponge, and I'm going to work in sections because I have seen on so many videos that you have to work in sections, otherwise it does dry really quick. So I'm just going to do one side of my face, and I'm just going to compare it to the other side. I have heard people say on their reviews that this can go really cakey, especially for dry skin, so that's why I've put on a really thick moisturiser beforehand, just to try and prevent it from caking. So this is what it looks like with one side of my face done, and as you can see I do still have quite a lot of product on my hand. I think I've used just over half a pump for one side of my face, and honestly this is pretty much incredible. My under eye circles don't look that bad anymore, my acne has pretty much been covered up fully, and all of my redness. If you can see, I have really bad redness here and on the side of my face and also on my chin, and on this side it's completely gone. And that is literally with like one layer. This is absolutely amazing. And it's not cakey. Oh my god. This is amazing. I literally am in love with this already. I'm really like happy. There's no redness on my skin. There's no blemishes that you can see. My under eye circles have gone a lot better. This is amazing. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the difference in my skin. So as you can see, this side has the foundation on and this side doesn't. If you compare, this has lots of redness and lots of blemishes and loads of acne and really bad under eye circles, and then this side is pretty much flawless and amazing. This is crazy, and it looks like a perfect match to my skin as well, which is great. I'm literally so impressed with this. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side of my face and see if I can build it up as well. So I've now finished doing all of my foundation over my face, and I've also done my neck as well, and this pretty much looks like the perfect colour. This is a flawless base. This looks absolutely amazing. I'm so impressed with this so far, and I did put another pump on my hand because I'd used up a whole pump and I still have half a pump left. So I used 1.5 pumps to do all of my face and also my neck, which is pretty much incredible. I know for a fact that this foundation is going to last me a very, very, very long time. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and I'm going to come back and show you. And already this side of my face is pretty much set anyway. So I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Bye! Hi guys, so I'm back and I've just finished off my makeup, and it's now 11:07 AM in the morning, and if you want to see a makeup tutorial on this look, then I have already filmed it, but I don't know if it's going to be up before this one. If it is, or even if it isn't, I'll link it down below so you can watch it and then you can also recreate this look. So I'm going to go ahead and see how it looks in the next few hours, and I'm going to come back and give you another update. Bye! Hi guys, so I'm back and it's now 3 PM and I have had this on for about 4 hours now. So I'm going to do a little quick update and let you know what I think of it. So it's done pretty well. I do see a tiny bit of redness peeking through on my chin. I don't know if you can see that. And then some blemishes around here. They are looking a little bit red and you can sort of see them as well. So it's not done too bad, but it's starting to look a little bit patchy on my skin as well. Around here it's starting to look patchy, I don't know if you can see that. But the redness around my nose looks pretty good, and my forehead looks really, really oily. I didn't mention this in the first part of my video, but I do also get an oily T-zone. It's not super oily, it's just a little bit oily, and you can see that because it looks really shiny on my forehead. But yeah, I think it's done pretty good. My nose right here has come off a little bit as well. But I feel like it's done really well, as it's been on for 4 hours. And I have also walked to town and back and walked around town with my sister. So I have done a little bit of walking around. It's been about half an hour that it took me to walk to town. So I have done some walking today, so that could be why it might have come off a little bit and it looks a bit blotchy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be applying my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I'm just going to pop this on my forehead and down my nose where I get oily. So I've added my powder to my forehead and also on my nose. So I've done it on my T-zone because it is starting to look a little bit oily. I don't get crazily oily, I just get a little bit oily, and then it just sort of starts to break away from my forehead and looks a little bit blotchy. So I'm going to come back in a few hours and I'm going to give you my last update, and I am hoping that this is going to stay on for quite a long time because it does say 24-hour wear, and I will be back to do my update in a bit, guys. Bye! Hi guys, so I'm back and it's now 7:15 in the evening, and I have had this on for almost 8 hours now. I believe it's 7.5 hours I had this on my skin, and I'm going to give you my last update and also a review on the product. So it looks like it's done really well on everywhere other than my forehead. My forehead looks like it has completely come off. My forehead looks really, really shiny as well. You can see all of the acne on there, and it's really red. It's really strange because it just seems to be this part of my forehead where it's come off, the rest of my forehead is completely fine. And also my makeup smudged a little bit under my eye, but the rest of it seems to be pretty good. I mean, like, the nose looks a tiny bit red, but it's not crazy red or anything like that, and my blush has stayed on. It has come off a little bit on the redness on my chin, I have noticed, and then the acne just is peeking through a little bit, but it has done amazingly, to be honest. It's just literally my forehead that has come off, and I don't know why just my forehead has come off. There's pretty much no product on my forehead at all. I don't know if you can see that, there's pretty much nothing on there. So I will zoom in so you can see the difference to what it looks like on my cheeks and also to what it looks like on my forehead. So I don't know if you can see, but this part of my face and the edges all around here is completely matte, and then my forehead is really shiny and pretty much has no product on it. I have a lot of redness on my forehead and my chin has a little bit of redness as well, but the rest of it just looks really, really good, and I'm really impressed in how it's done. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my quick review. So as you can see, the redness on my chin and also my forehead are peeking through, and also I pretty much have no product on my forehead, which is really strange, but I do have an oily T-zone though, so I'm not really that shocked about what's happened. So on to the claims, and it says that it is full coverage, and I believe it's a medium to full coverage, 24-hour wear. I don't think that all over my face will be 24 hours. I believe around here will be quite a long time, but just definitely not the forehead. Transfer resistant, it is transfer resistant, especially when I was using my phone and I had my foundation on the screen of my phone, which was a little bit weird. It is definitely a matte finish, and it's definitely fragrance free because I didn't smell anything on this foundation. It didn't even smell like foundation at all. It just pretty much didn't really have a scent. It had the tiniest hint of maybe like a lavender flowery scent, so that's a bit strange. It's oil free as well, and it's for all skin types. I do believe that you can use it for all skin types. It's mainly for oily to combination skin, but if you do have dry skin, I definitely do recommend putting a very heavy moisturiser on it, which is the Garnier Moisture Match Dry to Very Dry Skin. This will make it look really, really good, and it will make it give a little bit of a dewy finish if you have very dry skin to normal skin. So yeah, I am very impressed with this product after 8 hours. Around here it's done absolutely amazingly. I did have an oily forehead, so next time I'm going to put a primer on my forehead just to make sure that it does stay on for as long as the rest of it. I did also put pressed powder only on my nose and my forehead, so I don't know why it hasn't stayed on my forehead. I could do with putting a primer on like I've just said, but overall I am very happy with this product. It has lasted quite a long time. I mean, 8 hours is a long time for any foundation, and I just really, really like it. I don't believe it's broken me out at all on my skin. My skin feels so nice and soft as well, and also it dried really, really quickly on my face. The reason why I decided to put little tiny bits on different patches of my face is because it does dry very, very quickly, and it will be very hard to blend in. You can put 2 layers on it, but you have to do it before it dries, otherwise it can look really cakey. But like I said, I am very, very happy with this product, and I haven't developed a rash from it, which is really good because I do have very sensitive skin, and it was absolutely amazing. I only had to put 1 layer on and it pretty much covered all of my redness, which was amazing, and I've never actually had a foundation that's managed to do that. So overall I do give this product a giant thumbs up, and I will be doing another review on it after I've worn it quite a few times, just so I can tell you if it's broken me out or if I like it or if I don't like it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye!